Hey, what's up guys? It is the season, duning season coming up, and I want to give you guys a 10,000 mile update on the 2026 RHO. Kind of exaggerated. We're not at 10,000 miles, we're at 9,528 miles, where things are at, how things are holding up, some of the good, some of the bad, but also I'm going to bring back a remake of some of the top first 5 mods you should do to your RHO and the new TRX that's coming out. All right, how's this thing holding up? About 10,000 miles. We got a little rock rash right here. No big deal. Got a few little spots. I think I got another little mark here, right here. Tires was an issue. We noticed we had a little bit of a vibration from day one. We've been fighting this issue for almost literally since new. I just haven't time to get into the dealership and check this out. So if you're in the market and wanting to buy a new RHO, I highly recommend take it for a test drive, get it up to highway speeds, make sure there's no vibration, because I had this issue since new, but it was on a scale of 1 out of 10, it was about a 2 out of 10 of annoyance, but then on a long road trip, it was about an 8 out of 10. I didn't do a ton of those. So here we are today. Finally think we got 90% of this issue resolved. Let me show you what I mean. Part of the issue is wheel weights, but that wasn't the real issue. The real issue was a road force balance on this corner right here. They had to clock this wheel a few times to get the vibration to go away from like 120 pounds of force. And now we're like 20 pounds of force on all 4 tires and it's good to go. Vibration is gone. Some things I got my eyes on though, I don't know if you can see this right here. It almost feels like a checkering right here. And I've noticed it on the right side of the vehicle here. It's on both of these tires. Whereas I go to the other side, I'm not noticing that. And I'm wondering if you guys that are tire experts, this side does not have that. And I'm wondering if that's part of the issue as far as the road noise. I've had a lot of mud terrain tires, loud ones like Nitto mud grapplers. This is not far off in road noise compared to a Nitto mud grappler, and it should have no noise. My 25 RHO tires made no noise at all. I've had several sets of these tires. They are very loud, and I confirmed it because I drove another 26 RHO the other day. No noise at all. No big deal, we'll get it resolved. Secondly, let's take a look at how the interior and everything's holding up on this thing. Great, guys. It's dirty, but look at the lumbar, look at the seating material. Still smells like brand new inside. Everything is holding up great. The over-the-air updates were just done. Now we don't have that blinking light when you use Apple CarPlay inside. Air conditioning's been working great. Just did the second oil change. We're gonna do an update. I'm gonna show you guys how to do an oil analysis. Rear is holding up great, no issues there. All right, now let's get into the fun part. I'm gonna show you some of the mods you can do to your RHO and TRX. Nothing crazy, pretty simple. Running boards, mud flaps, tonneau cover, America. We've got the Viofo A329. Best part about this A329 connection is this new donger make it easy connection where it is wired into the factory mirror. No splicing, super easy. Now I'm gonna take you through the install of the dash cam and the tonneau cover, and then I'll put links down below of showing you guys the different rock blocks, mud flaps installs, plus the running boards. Very simple. I go with these options for a few reasons. I think this is a very high value tonneau cover for the money. I'm a big fan of rock blocks. I've been running these for over 8 years on Raptors, made in America, good quality, work off-road, and they just work. Running boards, I like these ones because they're aluminum and they'll hold up in the nasty environments in Michigan. And then I like the donger connection with the Viofo. By the way, guys, if you're interested in any of this cool swag, this stuff is gonna be available soon. We're gonna put a link down below. Got the cool retro snowmobile for you snowmobilers, and we've got a lot of different designs coming to you guys. Okay, so first thing I did, guys, I popped this off, and I wanna show you the 4 connecting points that hold this on is up in the corners. You see 2 there, 1 up top, 1 below. What I did is took my little trim pry tool here, 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 and here. And this thing popped off in 10 seconds. And then there's the secondary piece, which they've redesigned this. And I'm glad because it's a lot easier to remove because other people were saying they were breaking. This piece then sits in here. Sorry, it's a little dark. But look at the snap connections. You've got 6 spots on the back of this thing. You got 2 at the bottom, and then 4 at the top. Once you remove the 4 edges on the side, this thing just want to kind of hang, and then this comes out easy. I didn't break any connectors. So now what we got to do is we've got to remove, I think, let me see which wire it is, and then we connect the donger too. Okay, so you pop this plug out of the back of the mirror, and to do so, you just push that in. Then you connect this to the donger, like Y electrical connector. You then push this in the back here. Boom. Now what we're gonna do is kind of hide the wiring up there, and then this connects to this little dude, and this is the donger power adapter, which then connects a USB-C on the side to your choice of preference dash cam. Okay, before I plugged everything back in, I want to just connect the donger here, and you can see it's red, which means kind of there's 2 different colors, green or red. Red indicates the voltage. I connected it into my VIOFO dash cam, and it is in fact working. So now I'll just button it all up, but I am glad that this does work. Guys, this is seriously about a 3-minute job at max to do this. I mean, it's literally as simple as prying this down, which took me about 20-30 seconds. If you're not comfortable doing it, have someone that is qualified. I've never done this before, but it seemed pretty simple. And now I just got to put my dash cam up in the corner. We did turn off the truck, and we did confirm that it does kill the power to this. So this will be a pretty slick setup. So this is where your personal preference kind of comes in. You can figure out how you want to run your wires, but I basically attached the donger, I don't know if you can see, right there. And then what I'm going to try is I'm actually going to sneak the USB through here. I don't want to cut or clip anything. And then I'll connect this side to the back side of the donger, and this will connect into my ThinkUware. Let me see, which dash cam is this? Oh, sorry, the VIOFO dash cam. Okay, so we got everything attached back in, got the middle piece squeezed in, and I routed this out the side. So now the next personal preference is, where do you want your dash cam? On my last truck, I think it was somewhere in here. So we're gonna try that now and see if that works. But before we do so, we're gonna plug this back in and make sure it all fires up. And it looks like it's firing up, so that's good. Let's confirm. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got it fired up. Now I'm gonna kill the engine, and let's see if this turns off in a check. Shouldn't hang it by the wire, guys, by the way. There we go. It's turning it off. Let's see it. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to figure out where we want to place this. So as I was playing around in the app, you can kind of see I'm going to put it about in the same spot I had it before. So there we go, guys. How slick is that? I don't have to have the wire down below. And the cool part is this donger setup. You can use this with the VIOFO. You can use it with most of your different dash cams. This is awesome. I've been wanting a clean setup like this, and now I've got the free space here for other devices. But yeah, it works good, guys. I'll put the information down below, and I've got the ThinkUware information as well. If you guys want to go ThinkUware or the VIOFO, I'll put information both below. So these guys make actually a few different versions. This is the Classic Plus. This is the F-150 Bronco Compact. They can give you different accessories. This just shows a few different of the donger accessories. I met these guys recently, and I was really impressed. A small startup company, nice. It's a really, really good company. I was pretty impressed by them. But anyhow, this is the dash adapter you want. And that's what I just installed up here on the RHO, and you can see it's working as we speak here with the VIOFO. I love how clean it is. But this is what it looks like. You open the box. Here's the little device, basically, that's the adapter. That plugs in. It's got some 3M VHB on the back. And then here is the adapter that connects in the back of the mirror. And then you reconnect that to the mirror, and then that to the accessory. And then I actually just used the cable that came in this, because this allowed me to come in at an angle on the top. and then connect into the donger accessory. But this is a pretty slick setup, and it's stuff like this that I like. Clean, professional installs. I met literally the entire company. They're good. It seemed like a pretty good company. Cool, very cool product, and I like that you're not stuck with any specific dash cam. My understanding, most dash cams will work with this device. It's clean, it's not expensive. If you guys are interested, I've got a discount code down below and information. And by the way, if you're gonna do the install, a few things I'd recommend. I'll find a kit like this one, just nothing crazy, just a soft pry bar that is used for interior trim panels. I've used that in the past. I needed to have some extra VHB two-sided adhesive from 3M. I'll put a link down below of that because I had messed up the back of the dash cam adhesive that came with it. The nice thing is this one already comes with it, so you don't need extra, but they make a lot of cool accessories that will work for a lot of different vehicles. All right, let's get to work installing the Tonneau Pro. So we did a pretty similar model actually for the last RHO, so let's get to work. This should be about a 5-10 minute install. It's really simple. If you got any questions, they got their phone number and stuff here. This is a pretty budget friendly kit. That's why I'm running it. It works. I'm not wanting one that's like crazy high tech and like secured for security, you know, a hard top. I want something that rolls up easy to take off because we use the betta in the truck a lot. And for the money, if this thing breaks, you could replace it a few times and it'd still get your money's worth. And that's it. You can do some adjustments up in the corners, but it's going to take a few minutes for actually some warm weather to let this thing stretch out. Every tonneau cover is the same way, but I just checked. Function works correctly. Let's see if yep, there we go. So if you guys are interested, I'll put a link down below, and I'll now add the full install if you want to watch this. But for the money, I think this will be a pretty sweet setup. I did this last time. I like these budget tonneaus. They work for my purpose, and my favorite part is they roll up easy and they work. And the Velcro is pretty solid on these. So if you go over to donger.com, you can look by vehicle, by product, and you can look it all up. But specifically for this one, this is the 10-pin Type D, and this is the one that we just installed in the Ram. And you can kind of see a little bit of what some of these different versions look like. And you know, another thing I thought that was really nice is the fact that this actually had like a little bit of foam around this area. So this is probably a little bit different generation version in the photo, but I thought that was kind of cool that they put that on there because I know they did this for as far as noise and rattling. They were doing this. So this is the kind of thing I like. I mean, this is a very good price product, and it makes life easy, and it turns on and off. I think this is awesome for the money. Highly recommend it. And if you want it on Amazon, this is it on Amazon as well. Remember, guys, there is a discount code and information down below to save you a little bit of money, and it helps out our channel as well. But if you wanted this on Amazon, this is the version as well. And remember, guys, click on the link down below. Definitely helps out the channel. Appreciate you doing that. And if you're asking what version of the dash cam I'm running, right here, guys, this is the Viofo A329. You can buy it from Amazon, or I'll put a link down below in the description if you are interested in this as well. And if you are interested in the tonneau cover, you can see this is the one I'm running in my RHO today and the last one. And for the money, I think it's a good price and it's a good value. A lot of great options out there. I'm just cheap, and I think this works really well for the money. Overall, 10,000 miles. Seems to be working great. Seems to be a good truck. I'm looking forward to getting into a TRX soon.